Hi and welcome to Literary Hype. I am Stephanie, your Literary Hype Woman, and it is now April, so it is time for another round of the Hype TBR game. I can't believe I've been doing this for 8 months now. But you know what, that seems like a good time to shake things up. Literary Hype just celebrated 2 years on Bookstagram, so it's a good time to mix things up a little bit and kind of give it a little bit more of a competitive edge. Now, I haven't worked out all of the details on how I'm going to do this, but I'm just going to put this out here. Instead of making a whole video kind of going through what all I read and if it met a prompt or anything like that, I'm just going to kind of add that into the Hype TBR game as a scorecard. So yes, these books that I am reading throughout the month will now accumulate points. So here's the scoring breakdown. If I get all of the books from the Hype TBR game for that month read, then I get 20 points. For each book, I will get 10 points if it is the original book I picked for that prompt when I made the video initially. However, if I read a book that fits the prompt and swap it out, I can still get 5 points for that book instead of the 10 for the original prompt. The buddy reads that I host are going to be worth 5 points. If I participate in another buddy read and finish that book, it will be worth 3 points. Also worth 3 points will be books that I read for interviews. If the book is for any of the other challenges that I might participate in or a readathon, then that book will be worth 2 points. And at the very bottom of the point value list is mood reads. And those will be worth 1 point each, as kind of a way to motivate myself to stick more to the TBR and not be so distracted by mood reads. Once you've watched the Hype TBR game for the month, you can then place your bets in the comments of how many points you think I will rack up during that month. I don't know what I'm going to do with this information yet, so if you have an idea of what the winner, whoever's closest to my point total, you can just drop that in the comments, because I'm still trying to come up with ideas for this, but I didn't want to procrastinate actually starting the scoring until I had a full plan. So, if you have ideas of what to do with the score, put them in the comments. Until then, we're just going to score. So here is my scoring for March. I had 4 books on my TBR list for March thanks to the game, and check, 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 and check, we got them all. At 10 points each, that is 40 points. And since I completed the list, that is a bonus 20 points for the month of March. Since I already read everything on the list, I didn't need to substitute anything, 0 points. I did not host anybody reads this month, so 0 points there. I did a buddy read of Abby Jimenez's book, Part of Your World, with the Forever Friends, and that is 3 points for other buddy reads. And here's the big category, the books I read for interviews. I read 7 books for interviews in March. I'm swimming in content, y'all. At 3 points a pop, that is 21 points. In the category of books that I read for another challenge, I have 2 this month. Both of those books were for the Clear Your Shelves challenge. And at 2 points each, that's another 4 points for me. And my last category is pure mood reads. I didn't read anything in March that was just purely a mood read, so 0 points there. And now for the grand totals. In March, I read 14 books with a total of 88 points. Not bad. Now that we've got March all taken care of, it's time to focus on April, so let's get rolling. April 2023. This month I am rolling a D8 to see how many rolls I will have. 5, that's not bad at all. Roll number 1 for April is a 10. Let's go a different way this time. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Social media. 3.5 to 4.4 star average on Goodreads. Roll number 1 is a book with 3.5 to 4.4 stars as its average rating on Goodreads. And so for that, I am selecting Queen Bee by Emily Howard. This is, I believe, only the second book from Joy Revolution, which is Nicola and David Yoon's publishing imprint, focusing on love stories by people of color, about people of color. This was pitched as kind of Bridgerton with some revenge elements in it, which sounds delightful. It's a diverse YA Regency romp. Who's not here for that? So I'm very excited to get my hands on this one. It does come out this month, but I've had the ARC since Y'all Fest in November and kind of forgot about it because I put it on my shelf. If I put it on my shelf, I forget it exists. It just becomes part of the rainbow. Roll number 2 is a 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Speaker. Historical fiction. Roll number 2 is historical fiction, and so for that I'm selecting To Swoon and to Spar by Martha Waters. This is, I believe, the 4th book in the series. Started with To Have and to Hoax. Just a wife pretending to be fatally ill to win back her husband. So it's a fun series. This is the newest one. It does come out this month, so I am eager to jump in on that one. Roll number 3 is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Billboard. And that is random number generator Edelweiss. I currently have 173 titles on my Edelweiss anticipating shelf. So that is 4 pages. We're going to start out by rolling for page number in my list, and that is a number 1. For left, right, left, right. And that is a 6, so left, right, left, right, left, right. So that is the right side of the page. And since there are 25 on that side of the page, I'm going to just roll a whole bunch of dice and we'll rotate through if I need to, if I go over. So we have a 2, a 5, so that's 7, plus 8, plus 20, and a 6. So altogether, that is 41, and if you subtract 25, since that's a whole list, we're going with number 16 on the right side. Roll number 3 was a random number generator for my Edelweiss shelf, and Edelweiss is a wee bit out of control for me at this point. I just keep adding them. So there's a lot to go through. You just saw me roll, and so the first page, right side, number 16 was Sonia Hartle's upcoming book, Rent to Be. I loved Sonia's book, Heartbreak for Hire, so this will be my second book by her. I have no idea what it's about, just that it's by her, and so therefore I'm going to read it. That's how the rules work. I like this author's other books, so I'm going to read some more of her. So we are on roll 4 now, and that is 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. A microphone. Author you want to interview. Ooh. Roll number 4 is an author that I would like to interview, and that is a very, very long list. A very long list. But instead of going to my board and picking something from there, I am jumping on a book that I am very excited about. The 100 Loves of Juliet by Evelyn Skye. I got this at Emerald City Comic Con. She was there doing a signing and a couple panels, so I saw her at panels. And this book is a time traveler's wife meets Romeo and Juliet. And it sounds like it's going to break me. I've been very excited about this book. I read the first chapter in line after getting it, and so I have been itching to get back to it, and I'm going to make the space for it this month. She's got another book coming out in April called Damsel, so, it just seems like a convenient time to read some Evelyn Skye and try to get an interview. So let's make it happen, people! And the 5th and potentially final roll of the game is an 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Another speaker. And that is a sequel! And the 5th and final roll of April 2023 is a sequel. So for that, I am selecting The Plus One by Maisie Eddings. This is the 3rd book in her little trilogy where we had A Brush with Love and Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake. So now we get Indira's story, and I just love Maisie's books so much. They're just so much fun. So I know this one's going to be great. She's got another book coming out in August, so we're going to try to get another interview in with her as well to talk about this one, or maybe Tilly and Technicolor. She's also got other projects that she's working on. Like, she works a ton. She's a dentist and she's writing this many books. Like, she's a busy gal. But we did discuss wanting to do another interview closer to when this one came out, so keep an eye out for that. Fingers crossed and all that jazz that we can make it happen. So book number 5 is The Plus One by Maisie Eddings. There are a couple other books that I'll be tackling in April as part of Buddy Reads. The Literary Hype Woman Buddy Read of the month is Anna Takes Manhattan. This is about a TV producer who kind of just is tired of her life not moving forward and just decides she's going to go for it. So if you are interested in joining this Buddy Read on the Instagram chats, drop a comment, let me know your handle so I can add you to that chat group. The other buddy read that I am participating in is The Connollys of County Down. I got selected for a Celadon, the publisher. They're doing kind of mini book buddy reads that they've partnered us with other bookstagrammers that we might not know. So I'm in a little group, and so I'll be reading this one as part of that. It's very fun to get to meet other bookstagrammers and kind of get to know them a little bit and then read a book together. So this is going to be a really fun adventure for us, and I'm excited to get to know these people and tackle this book. There might be some other books thrown in the mix for the month because it is April, which means it is time for Y'all West, which means there are going to be a lot of authors hanging around together in a certain place, and I am going to be there, so you never know what might happen. So have your notifications on. Hit that button down there to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see whatever shenanigans I get up to while I'm there. And don't forget to like this video if you are enjoying the literary hype content. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, see you later.